Good afternoon, my dear children. Welcome for to the online class of 9th standard. Today we are going to discuss about the political science chapter 1. The lesson name is Our Constitution. In Kannada, do you know what is the meaning of our Constitution? Namma Samvidhana. In this lesson, we are going to learn some important aspects. So, which are that? One is the Constitution Assembly of Constitution. To prepare the Constitution, how the Constitution Assembly was framed and how that assembly worked for preparing of Constitution. That points we are going to learn detail. And the second point, the Constitution Drafting Committee and framing of Constitution, how it was in the process. And the preamble to the Constitution. Here what is the preamble? PTK. So that also we are going to study the salient features of the Constitution. So the fundamental rights, duties and directive principles of state policy. These are all the points we are going to learn in detail in this lesson, my dear students. So my dear students, Constitution is very important to rule any one country administration effectively or properly, because Constitution makes the people to follow rules and regulation. In which country peoples are going to follow the Constitution, rules and regulation, that country administration is running very smooth, and also it is going to grow very fast compared to other all countries of the world. So how our Constitution was prepared and how in our country the peoples are going to follow the Constitution and how it is going to give a guidelines to run a smooth administration or to lead a peaceful life. About this concept we are going to study very detailed. My dear students, when we are going to study about our Constitution do not have very long history. Why? Because before to the 1947, so our Constitution was not there, because we ruled by the Britishers. So during the time of a British, the Constitution was there, but it is not in the favor of Indians. It is written, or maybe it is going to implement the ideas of British on the Indians. The peoples in India were not happy during the time of British administration, because the British administration rules and regulation and their constituency did not provided any freedom or any kind of a peaceful life for the Indians. So we have struggled for more than 200 years against with the British, taking the support of many Indian leaders. At last, India achieved independence. But when India got independence, the situation was very worst. Why? Because when we got independence, we do not have our own constitution to look after our country, or we do not have any kind of knowledge how to administrate our country, because that all from long back, more than 200 years, it was administrated by the British. The British did not give any guidelines, any ideas when we got freedom from them. At that situation, to prepare a constitution for India, it was one of the biggest challenge. So this challenge and task was also made clarified very systematically by our Indian National Congress leaders. Who are that Indian National Congress leaders? What are the problems after the independence India has faced? That we are going to learn very detail. My dear students, when India got independence, during that time India was going to face a very big three problems. So which are that very big three problem means? One is rehabilitating the refugees who migrated from Pakistan or from other part of the world. At that situation, because when we got independence, so India was divided into two states. One is Pakistan and another one is India. So when the division was created. During that time, many peoples who are interested to come back for India, who want to go for Pakistan, at that situation, so there was no any proper systematic law and order to follow. At that situation, India was faced very worst. Why? Because according to the migration, according to the rehabilitation of peoples, those who are all came from Pakistan, the government has to provide so a rehabilitating center for them. The government has to provide all kind of facilities for that people. So it need a lot of financial support and also need good cooperation by the Indians. This is one of the problem India soon it faced after the independence. And the second problem is preparing many of the Indian states who were under the control of British and who surrendered for to the British. Later when we got independence, that all Indian princely state owners started to remain independent, not joining for to the Indian Union. So due to that, what happened, making them convenience, bringing them to live as a common people in India and confiscating their property, merging their property to the Indian government, it was not easy task. It is also very difficult because that at the time of giving the freedom for to the India, the Britishers created one law. According to that law, the princely state owners of India have right to remain independent. Either they can merge their property or state for to the any union. Either it is Pakistan or may it is for to the Indian Union. That law and order, some of the princely states started to use and follow that to remain independent, and some are interested to join for the Pakistan Union. That situation, our one of the minister, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Home Minister Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he took a task very successfully and made a military power very strong and made all the Indian princely state owners to merge their property for to the Indian Union, taking the support of common Indian people. So this challenge was completely cleared by the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So he is called as a Iron Man of India. Now you can see the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on which river bank? It is known as a Sardar Sarovar. It is in Gujarat. So there you can see the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty you can see Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, which was in the bank of river Narmada. Okay, after this what happened, making the successful achievement to make all the Indian states to join for to the Indian Union, bringing the all provinces into the Indian Union. When the task was cleared, another one challenge the India has to face, that is maintenance of law and order. My dear students, India is a country of many religion and many caste, many rituals and different kind of languages. So in constitution we have to provide equal rights for all the people who are living in India. So making the law for all the Indian people who were in diversity, it is not easy task for the Indian National Congress leaders. So the Indian National Congress leaders made one constitution assembly and started to prepare Indian constitution very systematically without giving any kind of importance, either any kind of support by the Indian constitution, making upliftment of every people who have suffered socially setback, giving importance for them. Some reservation is given in Indian constitution. So that preparation of the rules and regulations were created very successfully by the Indian National Congress leaders. So in the Indian constitution we are going to see a different kind of characteristics. So three important characteristics we are going to study. One is fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and another one is a directive principles of state policy. Under these three important character, our Indian constitution, the whole structure we can understand. My dear students, I told you in the preparing of Indian constitution there were different kind of assemblies were formed, and they were tried to prepare some different kind of a opinion. These all activities started soon after the Indian independence. So the recommendation of Motilal Nehru Committee and the discussion take on going in the Indian National Congress at Karachi in 1931 emphasized the need for the formation of a Constitution Assembly. As per the recommendation of this committee, the Constitution Assembly with the Indian members was formed in 1946. Means the first Constitution Assembly in which year it was formed? 1946. How many members were there in that committee? 389 members. But soon after, when the partition opposition was started by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, so this Constitution Assembly members were reduced. Why? Because Muhammad Ali Jinnah kept in front of the British government a demand, a separate nation theory for the Muslims. So soon after the partition of India, what happened? Instead of 389 members in the Indian Constitution Assembly, how many peoples were reduced? 299 members were there instead of 389. Among these 299, there were 7 members from the Mysore princely state. My dear students, before there was no name of Karnataka. How now we are going to recognize? The old name of Karnataka is Mysore state. Here you have to remember Mysore state means Karnataka. So means from the Karnataka, in the preparation of Indian Constitution, how many members were represented? 7 members were represented. The first meeting of the new Constitution Assembly was held on 9th December 1946, and the second meeting was held in 11th December 1946 under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was a very eminent person, and many more others like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, C. Rajgopalachar, K.M. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, Srimati Sucheti Krupalani attended these all meetings. From Karnataka, I told you how many members? 7 members. Among very popular members who worked in the preparation of Indian Constitution from Karnataka were S. Nijlingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kengal Hanamantayya, Thakur Subramaniam. These are all the members who worked in the framing of Indian Constitution. So my dear students, in preparing of Indian Constitution, there were totally 22 committees were there and 5 subcommittees. Among one committee was very strong and very popular. It is known as a drafting committee. What is the work of drafting committee? What other 21 committees and 5 subcommittees are collecting the information and producing the memorandum or any information to add in the Indian Constitution. It is going to scrutiny, it is going to check properly by the committee. That committee is known as drafting committee. So this drafting committee chairman was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So he is also called as the chief architecture of Indian Constitution. Why? Because other all committees and subcommittees, what they are going to send the information to add in the Indian Constitution, it was scrutinized or it was tested and applied properly to add in the Indian Constitution by drafting committee. Here the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar not only worked in the drafting committee, there were other committee members. Among them N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari. These are all the eminent statesmen were in the drafting committee in the preparing of Indian Constitution. It is clear, my dear students. Means drafting committee chairman was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. For to support the drafting committee work, there were other members who worked in a drafting committee. So means the Indian Constitution not only prepared by only Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, there were how many members? 299 members were allotted and divided into 22 committees and 5 subcommittees. Now we are going to discuss about one more topic. It is called as framing of the Constitution. The Constitution Assembly took 11 months and 18 days to complete its work. During this discussion, various rules and regulations which were followed by Indians during the time of British government, some rules and regulation of the British government as it is copied into the Indian Constitution. For example, Indian election system, a parliamentary form of a government, it is not a new idea of Indian National Congress leaders who worked in the Constitution Assembly. It is an idea of British government as it is we copied. Means in the preparing of Indian Constitution, we have not only adopted our own ideas, our own philosophy in the preparing of Indian Constitution, we have borrowed some other country rules and regulation and adopted that system in our country. Among that, Indian British parliamentary system we have adopted, and American Bill of Rights we have adopted, and directive principle policies of the Ireland country we have adopted in the Indian Constitution. Adopting these all countries rules and regulation systems in the Indian Constitution, we approved on 26 November 1949 our Constitution was get ready in the force. But on January 26, 1950, it came into an implementation. So every year to remember this day for Indian citizens, we are going to celebrate the Republic Day every year on January 26th because of our Constitution came into force on January 26. So it is also celebrated as a which day in our country? Republic Day. Why it is called as a Republic Day? Because our country people, to follow our own country rules and regulations, they got that day very good rules and regulation applied by the from Indian Constitution Assembly to implement on the Indians. Now we come to know how our Constitution was prepared and how much effort Indian National Congress leaders made in the preparing of Indian Constitution. Very detailed. My dear students, in the next class we are going to discuss about what is there in the Indian Constitution and what are the importance of Indian Constitution and how it is going to support for every citizens and how it is going to promote integrity and unity among all the Indians by the Constitution, and what are the highlights are there in the Indian Constitution, that we are going to learn very detail. Until keep watching the video. So if you have any doubt regarding to this class, so you can comment or you can send any information asking me in your WhatsApp group. So thank you listening to the class. Keep watching for the next video. Goodbye.